Hello, everyone. Invite Season 16 is now underway, and we are starting off with some Week 1 coverage here. We're looking at Black Swans versus the Mafia, and yeah, looking for an excited game. I am joined by Jemond. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing phenomenal, my friend. Let me just tell you, it's a great day. It's a great day to have fruit snacks. It's a great day to play Invite. And it's a great day to be here on Fireside with Josh as production. Thank you for giving me the invite, Rumpus, as always, brother.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the one who invited you, but I'm happy you're here, of course. Yeah, exciting matchup here. So, on the surface level here, I suppose, gonna be, well, I don't want to bury the lead. I do think that this is probably a Black Swan favored match, if you'd agree with that.
I
We
would
saw
say, yeah.
Mafia play Chuds actually earlier this week, and they did lose. They got a round, but it was a 5-1. And looking at it's on the same map, I might add as well, Sunshine. And looking at the pre-match scrim from Black Swans, they were playing against that very same Chuds and doing quite well. So I do think, we might be looking at maybe a higher caliber team against a lower caliber team, but then again, Mafia absolutely could impress.
Yeah, it's definitely like you were saying, one of the cases where this is a little bit more of a Black Swan favorite map, especially because to my understanding as well, we are not seeing Trip Boy tonight here on Black Swan. We're actually seeing Jay
Oh, yeah.
Pie himself, the cannon, the Froyo winner, the Froyo dig in, the hunted beast thread. But along that line, I think it is definitely more like I probably would also go ahead and put my chip in and say it's a little bit more favored for Black Swan to win, especially on Sunshine. But I will go ahead and say it would be a wild upset, Wild Rumpus, if they
Hmm.
did went ahead and claim this victory, especially looking through the pregame where we were watching Black Swan and the Mafia kind of duke it out. We saw a little. It was dominant for Black Swan for, oh my god, who did I say? Black Swan and not the Mafia, the Chud team, and we saw that Black Swan was very dominant in a lot of these round conversions, and then out of nowhere, Chud just kind of stood up a little bit. But I'll be real with you, man. I think it probably. I don't want to be the guy and say it may be quick, but there is there is a factor that it could be quick, but it all depends. I have high hopes to see some craziness from like Deimos from the Mafia or like Nerfu.
Mm,
Or honestly,
true.
it's just good teams. It's just good vibes. It's good teams all around. What am I saying? What am I saying?
Yeah, no disrespect to Trip or anything, but it's hard to have Jay fill in on a class and not have it be an upgrade. So Black Swans are definitely showing up with a really strong roster tonight. Speaking of, why don't we run down rosters? I don't know if we've done that yet.
No, we have
Um,
not.
yeah, I'll quickly take on the Mafia here, who we have pretty much same roster from last season, except Greg is here. So we have Necro and Deadly Seed on Scout, Nerfu and Greg on Soldier, Deimos, Demo, and Denko Medic. I don't know if Lee Seed actually played with them for the season, season 15, but they were he was playing with them at LAN and I think played with them the season before. So still pretty much the same core with advanced second place Greg on Soldier filling in now as a new spot on the roster.
Along that, man, you have your Black Swan, which consists of advanced winners of season 15 making their way into their invite debut. You'll notice that Darty is not on Soldier, but he's on Scout. But the team goes as Exile, Darty on Scout, Trip Boy, and Quacks on Soldier. Trip Boy being filled in by Jay Hyunpei, multi invite winner, Ether on Demo Man, and Foxy on Medic. And I can tell you, Foxy also is she also plays Highlander, like quite a lot actually. Recently, not season 50, not the recent Highlander season, but the season before that, they actually managed to snag second place against the Dynasty Invite
Mm.
team, which is actually kind of insane. It's with the team run it back, so that's kind of insane. Shout out Berto, quick shout out Berto. Had a quick shout out Chalk. You never know how it goes, but Yeah, realistically though, Rumpus, wild players to come onto the scene, especially like I said before, we're not seeing Darty on Soldier anymore. We're seeing him on Scout, which is
Mhm.
something he's a little bit more used to. But just as we actually go ahead and say that, it looks like we're gonna go ahead and engage Wild Rumpus. If you want to, man, go ahead, lead us in, brother, man.
Yeah, looking at this first mid, gonna be a big one at that. Now, Sunshine mid, of course, can be a very pricey one, especially if teams kind of rotate around each other. You can be caught on the wrong side and just find yourself in a very difficult situation. And actually, as I say that, Deimos insta-dying to spam. It can be really tough, especially with that choke rollout as a demo. Your health is not great. You really have to fend for yourself until your team shows up. And with good spam from Ether, and I think it may have been Jay, could have been Quacks, a Soldier, just cleans up that kill entirely. And the mid was over after 3-4 shots.
And you know it too with Invite. These people don't like the dilly-dally with J.O.P. getting the immediate meme rocket right in the dingo, having that make him go ahead and back up. Nerfu and Greg. Soldiers getting delayed. Quacks trying to get the chase on the Deadly Seed. It's not giving up. Actually goes for Dinko to try to get the force, but the Mafia acts like just a Mafia. Keeps it down, stands it down. Dinko did not have to use, and now Ubers are even Wild Rumpus. But it's hard to even try to get any type of mid like you were saying before. No demo at your mid, just immediately brings it into second. They can go ahead and bully doors, which is exactly what they did, especially with Jay being able to make just a ton of room. But regardless, we are now going to start getting into our last hold pushes on the side of the Black Swan.
Yeah, worth mentioning as well, because Black Swans were so fast pushing into 2, Dinko didn't have Uber quite yet. So even though Ubers were basically even still, Mafia weren't equipped to deal with that crazy aggression out of blue, just because you don't have an Uber to save players, you don't have an Uber to save yourself as a medic, so you kind of just have to leave. And that does earn this even Ubers on last for Black Swans. So far they have been poking and prodding. Necro actually peeking aggressively top left, does get focused down, and that's a kill into last. It is a scout kill, and scouts don't really hold doors, but I suppose that is as valuable as like a sniper or a pyro or whatever off-class Necro could have been on. I suppose if you want to think about it that way. Still, they're trying to peek now. Black Swan's really just taking their time trying to diagnose this hold, honestly. Jay does bomb through. Actually, I think gets dead on as well. Oh, Dinko's so weak, though. Does get forced. It is a 4-man, however, and Foxy gets forced as well on the counter sack, so plenty of consolation here for Mafia. Actually, they will be able to push out into 2 very cleanly, and unlike your traditional 4-mans where now they'd have to hold disad, because they got that force on Foxy, it's actually even Ubers. They get to sit comfy here on their own second.
That was wild. Like literally bombed in, didn't give a hoot and a holler about the gun. Scout believe it was Darty, came immediately in to distract the gun while Jay just was able to get 2 rockets on the Dinko getting the force. That was crazy. Like literally the whole ring around the rosy, man. Definitely some stuff you want to see from Soldier gameplay, man. But yeah, like we're pretty much here. With pretty much Ubers going ahead and being exchanged as it is. People, we get to just go ahead and see Mafia just claim their title on second. See what kind of pushes Black Swan may be able to utilize as they're, say that they're actually going ahead and making their way toward Valley, trying to see if we can get a little bit deep. Sending Jay through the door. Actually sending Jay behind as well. It's only going to be him.
And Darty.
Oh, and Darty too. Yeah, so this is the double flank. So they're going for a little bit of the pinch play if they can do it just right. But Mafia knows you got some scouts going ahead and trying to anticipate the situation before it happens. But at this point, Jay's just trying to go ahead and they're basically trying to do a little glorified. Ooh, pressure cook, but Quacks, 6 HP and is alive, man. Oh, man. How did that happen, Rumpus? Goodness, dude.
And you notice as well, Ether was actually able to take space through Valley. And as I say that, it's kind of happening right now. Jay does bomb in from behind, gets the kill onto Necro. Valuable trade, honestly. Darty in on the medic. Dinko with a good milk there. Could have been a drop if Darty hit the me shot there, but Dinko with Nerves of Seal does hold on to that Uber, and now they have 2 kills for 1. Trying to pressure mid with it, and they do send Nerfu in, who gets a decent splash rocket onto Foxy, but probably not enough to get a force. Nerfu will jump away, but Deimos dying in choke. Quacks bombing in, getting that trade. Down a demo. Still comfy enough. I mean, as Mafia, you have Uber here. Of course, the class trade slightly favors the blue team, and we do see them trying to pressure choke off of that. But it's Mafia, not all doom and gloom, although as I say that, the space being taken by Black Swans is just incredible. The exchange is popped. Necro just trying to get damage onto Foxy, get that force off. 50 HP. Foxy is milking the Uber, does now just use to a sticky from Deimos. It's just a matter of who's going to be caught to this Uber. Oh, it might be Dinko.
Dinko!
9 HP. There's a scout. He's 9. Oh my god, he's gonna live. Exile dies on last as well. Oh man, that was razor thin margins. That could have been around if more people died.
That boy is cold! Ice cold! Who is to be told? Oh my god. 9 HP and that boy did not die. He did not quiver. He did not bite his lip. He kept going to the spawn and he saved his life with a bind, dude. Oh my god. I was for sure he was about to die. Ain't no way. But listen, we'll slide ahead. Let's be real. Mafia is not going to go ahead and take this ad. Both teams at this point are going to just be comfortable on the respective points, and we are going to see if we can go. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get another last push from Swan. The pressure was nice. The pressure was solid. It was solid. It wasn't terrible.
They're opting for the sniper this time around. Exile up on sniper basically immediately from that fight on second. Now, that being said, I mean, Exile, I'm sure, is a talented sniper here, although, oh man, that is a bit of a deep peek there. Almost got punished immediately. But sniper into this last, it's okay, I feel like. But I feel like sniper into last in general is just, you know, you can deal with it. As long as the sniper isn't cracked and just killing all your soldiers, then it's usually manageable. And especially since Black Swans, I mean, we didn't really see them cook that much with Sack so far. Oh my god, the hero shot. Okay, sniper does just go down. I mean, we saw their first reaction was basically the 4-man last time around, or at least that was their first sack. It took a little bit of time to get there, but I don't know, just like you can go for uninspired double sacks for, 2.5 minutes and then do that 4-man. That did work on the first try. You just have to not get forced to the counter sack and you're good to go, honestly.
What's really interesting too, like especially as we said, Exile on sniper. Exile is actually going to go ahead and just try to play the spy route this time. I do think, yeah, like you're right. I mean, unless you're willing to just be really ambitious at sniper when you're pushing in last, it's really impossible to get a. Wait, hold up, but the sap.
Oh, it's a sap. Yeah, soldiers in. Ooh, a good surf from Dinko. Honestly, might not have had to use there. The rocket didn't splash, but obviously a soldier on top of your head who has the rocket loaded is a very understandable use. And I do want to point out, really no reason whatsoever to not just be off-class checking on your own last. They could have known about that spy going into this. Yeah, like you have the spare scout. They're not doing anything, so you may as well just have them switch to spy real quick when the other team's players spawn and just quickly check.
Just as we say that, wait, hold up, this hat on Greg, this unusual for gas. Yo, speaking of gas, we see the team Swan going ahead and hitting the thing, guys. Oh, Nerf going ahead and trying to stuff the point, trying to go ahead and kill Exile and Darty, but is it successful? Ooh, but 90% Uber for the side of the Mafia.
Yeah.
They just gotta play their might, and they absolutely could get the Uber, but Deimos is going ahead and clean it up like threats. And then the Legends. Oh, with the rockets from Nerfu and Greg going ahead and clean up Darty. Oh, Darty trying to go ahead and leave and escape. But, going ahead for the fight. Killing Nerfu. Head back to last. He's just breaking ankles, man. Hold up, he plays basketball. But just like the Lakers.
Quack spy.
Oh, wait, Quack spy.
He does not have the back cap timing, but this is a spy timing you kind of have to look out for, is that failed back cap, but now you're just on spy for the... Oh, Dinko finds out, but that revolver gets the force. Good use there from Dinko. That revolver, it does a lot of damage. Now they know about the spy. They have 2 kills. Darty just spawned, but he's still rolling out. Oh, but look at this. Teams are kind of rotated around choke. Blue team's trying to back up now.
And he's back. And he dies. Okay. Oh my gosh. Greg on a 5K, continuing to go as we see the corner. Hold up, Necro, Darty, Deadly. It's a scout war. Trying to see if we can get Foxy out, and it looks like we're about to. Jemond, Foxy holding down the door. Necro and Nico. Oh no, they're not gonna chase that. They're not gonna chase that. Jemond game at the right time to stuff the doorway, cutting off that momentum that Mafia just managed to grab by getting through all these different doors. Cafe, Valley choke, forcing them all into a corner, getting kills, playing the player ed. That's the stuff you like to see him run for. That's the stuff you like to see. None of the Uber ad. We play off big player ad. We know what to do exactly. Who we're killing. We know what's going on.
Oh, Black Swans are trying to play ad here, but it is just not ad at all. So far during this exchange, Darty very weak over in Cafe. It will just be a trade with Nerfu. Quacks, though, gets cleaned up. Trade out with Deadly Seed. Dingo dying in the post. Where did they end their Uber?
Jay up.
Horrible. Jay with a fantastic bomb to clean up. Oh, they ended in front of Cafe, trying to help out the players over there. Oh, man. Catastrophic exchange there for Mafia. The full wipe. And Ether with a spawn camp. Oh, no. That's your flank scout. That's who you want on Engineer on last in a situation like this. Because we're looking at, 35 ad. Still very playable into last, but not catastrophic. You'd like to see Mafia building here. Again, the fact that their scout died to the forward spawn camp makes it a little more difficult to do so. So it does actually turn more into 50 ad, which is much scarier for them. At this point, Foxy, 85%. You can see them start to enter lobby at this point. And let's see what door they choose to go. Top right is usually a popular option, and it looks like they are going to do just that. The gun is left-sided, however, with a pyro as well, so they really want to hold this last. Some spam directed away from the gun, enough to prevent the Uber from crossing. Oh,
the door stuff!
Bombed. Quacks with a fantastic 2 rockets there on the Dinko. That means that any hope of Mafia getting Uber in this post-Uber fight is off the table. Necro on heavy, trying to dish out damage, cannot get healed. Medic nowhere to be seen, and it's just Deadly Seed and Nerfu against 2 fully buffed and tanked scouts. I think we know how this is going to end.
There was only a matter of time before that play was just unfolding for the worst. Yeah, working pretty much closer to 50 ed does not make it in the best way. It does not make the best situation possible, but regardless of that fact, you are going to go ahead and see Swan up the board after 10 minutes. So not that bad, about 12 minutes in the cap. So it's not anything too terrible, but we go into a new mid, new us. But Demo's actually a little bit faster to the mid with Jay Umpire with the fast roller on the bell tower, though, keeping it simple. Demos, Ether still don't have their bows yet. Demos just now getting his bow. Ether a little bit slow. Looks like they're doing just, classic rotational mid as well. No, the beast people are just kind of going ahead and trading damage back and forth. Necro getting a little bit aggro. We do see it come in. Double from Quacks and Jay Umpire. Dingo with the beautiful serve. Darty getting right back on the Dingo, getting the kill with Exile with the cleanup as well. 3v3.
It's
Foxy's
just
alive.
Demo Med against 2 scouts as well, so they cannot get out in time. Ether's going to really need to dish some damage here to clean up these scouts. Doing a decent job, honestly. And look at, oh my god, Ether gets both. Soldiers here. Greg, so weak though, 70 HP. Easy cleanup for a Demo, honestly. Just needs to hit 1 shot. Greg jumping out of there. Amazing medic defense there from Ether. Able to stave off 2 very angry and hungry scouts. And with that, with both scouts chasing as well, Mafia not even going to cap the midpoint, meaning not only did Foxy live preserving some full ad here, but long term, Black Swans even won the mid fight.
Crazy momentum, back and forth. Really thought that Ether was in a pickle there at that very, very last point, but regardless. Wait, Ether played on Froyo too. What we're talking about? Come on now. What am I talking about? But just as we say that, 30% diss, that's not terrible. Using words that, Rump is saying that's not catastrophic, No, I'm kidding, but it's not terrible. They got about 10 ad until they get Uber. They're down 2 players.
Yeah, they lost 2 in second in the fast dungeon. The dungeon milk as well. They're nailing in that coffin. At least the guiding light here. Oh, they get Uber. Fantastic building there from Mafia to get Uber. And Greg might be dying on 2. Maybe some miscommunication here with Greg going to stop 2 while they're so close to getting Uber, because that's just a pick for Black Swans to re-pressure with here. We do have the heavy, however. Oh, is Nerfu dead in the door?
Nerfu gets picked. JMP already through the door.
Now.
Swan getting through the door. We have the heavy, but against a 4v6 can only do so much with the heavy, especially with no point. And it's just a family meeting. It's a family reunion for Black Swan right now. What's going on?
Yeah, a lot of different ideas there from the Mafia, and it was close. I mean, with their Uber, they were holding, but then lost both their soldiers, so then doors are free. And then even the fight after that is salvageable. Maybe Deadly Seed can live on heavy or something like that, but yeah, tough situation. And I'm definitely feeling some Black Swan momentum at this point. With that being said, Demos, fantastic job there.
Whoa! Demos getting confidence, immediately into the scene. Quack's getting high denied by both of the scouts onto Mafia. Oh, nah. At this point, no soldiers. You take it in. You take it in as much as you can. The momentum.
Darty
Trying
is
to play.
behind right now. I don't know if they know about Darty behind. Okay, the flank's looking back. They are well aware. And getting the point, really back caps aren't that much of a concern on mid. And yeah, at this point, the name of the game for Darty, you obviously don't want to get chased down and killed because then the other team, Mafia, has a pick to pressure into last with. But you don't want to be completely useless, right? So what is happening right now, Deadly Seed and Nerfu both chasing Darty all the way back. This is exactly what you want to happen if you're on Black Swan. You want this flanker to be distracting fully, preventing the other team from having enough players to really do anything into your last. And keep in mind, you know, a round reset definitely favors Black Swans. So Darty strictly wasting time does actually help his team.
Especially he brought them all the way back to last.
Does get cleaned up, but still really, really valuable flank. Because honestly, by the time these two flank players, oh, did they forward spawn? That's really smart. I like that. So now they actually have a timing window to pressure with off that pick.
That's actually insane from what they were going ahead and trying to do. But, you know, with that being said as well, oh, wait, hold up. Just so we said that, Greg immediately in with Deadly Seed getting stuffed by the gun. Deadly Seed also trying his best, but getting stuffed by the gun. Darty with the cleanup quacks. Tried to go for the immediate retaliation. Gets denied by Deimos traps, man. Oh, that's what you like. That's why I love Invite, dude. It's never 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Stalemates are rare. It's back and forth. It's consistent because these teams know what they want to do, Rumpus. Oh, my goodness.
We do have Darty off-class checking, confirming that Deadly Seed is on Sniper here. And Necro actually dying, probably peeking a doorway. Some spam here from Ether. So they are down a guy if the blue team would like to counter-sack, but with Jay eating a headshot from Deadly Seed across lobby, that doesn't seem to be the case. It's one pick anyway, not really a double sack, so choosing not to counter-sack is a understandable choice. We'll see how Deadly Seed can cook here on Sniper. Only 2 minutes left, though. That is not a ton of time. You get to take a few peeks. Probably, you know, at that point, either sack your Sniper, try and play an exchange, or just 4-man. You know, a few options, but you'd like to at least have your Sniper peek in the door at this point.
Yeah, I think at this point, we literally, the last 30 seconds, have literally just been, all three of us, been watching him shoot stickies. But hey, it is what it is. There's only so much you can do. As you said earlier, unless you're really trying to go, unless you're being really ambitious on Sniper with a hole that they're doing as well, you're not really going to be able to get these angles that you would typically want a Sniper.
My God,
big drop by Nerfu, coming in with the nice little big wiggle ball. In the
gun is top left. That is the door that the gun watches. Man, something about Sunshine Last, that top left door, if you just high bomb through it, guns just don't look up at you fast enough often. And you can just completely matrix dodge the gun shooting at you at all, as Nerfu just did. Single sack, basically no pressure, just gets a drop. And Mafia poised in a fantastic position right now to get their first round on the board. Jay getting chased out. That's a weak soldier for this Uber.
You need to take this quick, which is exactly what they're doing with an Uber from top right. Deimos getting immediately onto the door. Ooh, gun goes down pretty quickly as well. And they're crossing immediately into them, trying to go ahead and focus these damage calls. Darty's going to be the first one to go ahead and poke up. 5v6 scoring up. Quack trying to get the pick on the Nerfu. Ooh, excuse me, Jay's get the pick on the Greg. So what you want to do, after getting the pick on the Necro, who's trying to pressure the point, and it doesn't look too good for the Mafia. 34 seconds, 2 dead. Out of last, Nerfu's still in.
Oh, can't get the med. The brass beast is like a guarantee hold at this point. Things were going so well, but there was never like a post-Uber collapse. Nerfu died, which is unfortunate, but then Scout dying to traps on the point is like, at that point, it's over. Solid attempt, though. I mean, the fact that they were able to cross early, get a pick, things were looking good there, but kind of simmered out in the end. Good hold from Black Swan.
Very good hold from Black Swan. Here, as we see it as well, they are working with some ad 25%. This Mafia does look like they're respecting it, but they're doing really good in the building as they bomb Ether already high through Valley. Doesn't look like we're catching anybody. Perfect situation for Mafia where they have Uber as well. They anticipate the leapfrog. They know basically when they get out. Deimos is saying, gets a pick on the Ether. All doors free to get through. No stuff whatsoever. Quacks is behind. Jay is in the corner. This could be a pivotal moment.
From Jay.
Oh, Dinko with the surf. Jay is still going for Dinko.
The double soldier collapse. Oh,
with the lead. the cleanup. Black Swan played that nicely. They knew something was going to happen. If they lose Foxy, it's okay. They still had Quacks behind with Jay sinking up with the double bomb. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job of punishing that zealousness out of Mafia. They really wanted to chase for more. I mean, their Uber was fantastic. They got a demo pick, they got the point, but it wasn't enough Uber to get through choke instantly. And may have been time for them to slow down a little bit. Because we do have double bomb and choke. Max and Jay, they do get Deimos. Jay actually surviving the bomb. They get 3 kills, both scouts. What a collapse. The chase is on. Nerfu bombing in, trying to get something done. So much damage. Could have at least gotten a trade there in the demo, but Exile will put him down and put a nice little taunt in for good measure. That being said, Mafia will be getting some spawners for last. Nerfu's still going to be down, but it is even Ubers, meaning, you know, as the Mafia, as long as you build this Uber, as long as you get it, you're expecting this to not be, you know, converted into a round directly.
Still up by 2. You know, at this point, Black Swan can take it. However, the way the Ubers are, but speaking of, they take it in for sure.
Yeah.
There is no however.
Dinko had no one. Oh my god.
Dinko didn't.
Dinko had no one to heal that whole time. I didn't see where he was positioned, but he was at 98 for like 5 full seconds. And now it's just a round for Black Swans. I don't know what happened there.
Oh my. Yeah, no, that was crazy. Because it literally by the time I just saw 97%. And then I was looking at Deimos expecting to get some type of flash whatsoever, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, that was a grave miscommunication there from Mafia or something. Should have had my eyes on their combo, because I was just sure, like, okay, 95, 96, 97, 98, and then it just stopped. I was like, what happened? But 3-0 lead now for Black Swans. Jay, fast bomb onto Deimos. Nice little surf from Deimos, will be living. Jay getting bowed back to full HP. And we're looking at a bit of a meat mid, actually. The double bomb comes out and gets dealt with pretty handily. Dinko very, very weak, but retreating for a pack. And that's 4 kills. Mafia, I mean, say what you will about the score so far, but they are no slouches on these mid fights. So we do have the collapse attempt here from Greg. So much damage. Nerfu here to clean up. Ultimately trades out 2 soldiers for a demo medic. You know, you really don't get trades like that every day.
Greggy coming in again with the clean up. Everybody clean up. Call him Greg because he got that Meg, the stallion, on his hip. Oh my lord! Big Uber ad for the Mafia Wild Rumpus. Looks like went ahead and peek in top right. Could immediately just use it from top right. I'm seeing the gun play a little bit passive, just in case something happens.
Gets the force.
Quacks
dies as well though. So this Uber just by default is like already good, because yeah, they got force, but they got 2 kills for it, both soldiers as well, and they get the gun. This is fantastic for Mafia. Someone should probably be pressuring the point. Deadly Seed is on it now. Takes some damage for it. The heavy's out, but taking so much damage. And Mafia getting on the board here.
They're on the board. I'm gonna have to give Mafia soldiers were MVP that round. Hold up. Absorption to a T. The synchronization to a T. It's been more dominant from Swan, for sure so far. But that just went ahead and proved, ladies and gentlemen, that this is still anybody's game. It is not 5-0, 4-0, whatever. So again, the timer's not over. We're taking in through another mid too. Ooh, Nerfu just kind of playing the intro. Not looking much of a meat mid like Rumpus said last mid. It's not looking too meaty right here, but Nerfu is in the corner with the sync up.
Foxy 7. Foxy dies first soon after going down. Max is bombing soldier, is going to crater here. 3 up for Mafia with a scout. Scout's really nice to have right now, and they can just bunker up. You know, you play your health here. You don't know exactly what just happened happen. Darty does get in. Doesn't hit much damage, though. Gets dealt with pretty adequately. Exile's in now. No, man. One more shot there, and Dinko could have gone down. But living for now. No pack available quite yet. Getting the baby pack under point. Very tense moment there for Mafia, but they will have their full ad. And those are 2 late scout picks as well, which means that, you know, you're expecting maybe a late gun on last. You're expecting, at the very least, the second push right now to be quite easy. So, yeah.
Exile typing, dude, what was your HP in chat with Jay Umpe actually going ahead and losing his life? And, you know, ad is roughly about
Oh yeah,
20.
only 20%. They are right through dungeon, so they are trying to play this ad, and they go just in time to do so. Engineer is living. Darty almost caught there. They're trying to cross with the Uber, but Blue gets, and this is going to be a catastrophic post for the Mafia. Demos dies. Dinko, oh my god, what a surf. Gets out of there. Was on the point, gets out top left, and he's out choke. What that was incredible. So now preserving the even Ubers, just insane surf from Dinko.
How does this man live every single time? What's his desk, bro? I don't have the thing where you can click. He gotta have at least, I don't even know, but he can't have that many. Both soldiers from Black Swan going ahead and making some room, making some space. Ooh, putting Greg at 11 HP, trying to go ahead and claim this mid for themselves. It's not looking the best situation. Just as I say that, Jay's a little bit hurt, 60 health going into their valley, trying to still take this.
I think Jay stole the pack from Greg. Jay is gonna land on the baby pack, 10 HP live. And that's a soldier behind, which is a little scary, especially when that soldier is Jay and when you're down 2. So I expect things to, oh, look at this. They're just backing up into his loving arms. Oh, but he doesn't actually get anything. A rocket onto Necro, a rocket onto Denko, not enough to kill either. That being said, Mafia still all the way back to last. So Black Swan definitely still happy. You know, a little bit of a missed opportunity, I suppose. But you really can't scoff at even Ubers in last. Oh, especially even Ubers on last. Oh, never mind. Greg is living.
That was looking scary for a second, but you know, a bunch of spam, all the spam going for this gun, every single one.
Oh my god, Ether dying in the door.
Coordinated spam, yeah, that was crazy. Ether getting checked by Dr. Gregory over here. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna do anything with it where Ether is gonna have a little bit of a better spawn. Wait, just as I say that JLP is in, but the gun struggles him. Greg,
cap time, so much cap time, times 4. Okay, both scouts are getting dealt with, but you do have to worry about some random feed soldier. Actually, nope, soldiers are dead. You're chilling, honestly. You do. I'd be very worried about a spy spawn here. I'm curious if Mafia are even going to try and push out because they are quite slow. Deadly Seed's staying on Engineer. I think they are in it for the long haul. Don't want to take a sketchy fight on 2 off of, you know, temporary picks where if you're even a little bit slow with that much cap time on last, then they get to fight with their spawners and then you lose a guy and they get to it can be a can of worms. So understandably, Mafia just playing the safe bet here and going for that reset. Oh, the exchange.
Now, exchange do end up using an Uber back. Mafia not really taking it deep as I thought they were going to go ahead and do, but the situation looks like they can go ahead and try to take a dry opportunity.
Yeah.
Whoa! Which is exactly what happens with Jay Quex. Oh, Exile. Necro gets a pick on the Exile. 4v4. No, 2v4. Not what you want to see. Oh my. I hope Jay got that. Quacks, literally, Jay Quacks bomb in, hit Greg into the center, and he just got hit with the reflex rocket. Shout out to Reflex, the video game.
Yeah, Black Swan have been really good on Mafia's last about just heat checking those doors. Like earlier in that same stalemate, Exile just barreled through and then just straight up killed Greg, taking very little damage. Likewise, top left, I mean, just soldiers bombing through, heat checking the guys watching the door, getting kills. So we are looking at this mid. Bomb in now from Jay onto Damos. It's a double bomb, actually. Quacks will get that kill. Greg, unaware of Quacks, gets grants him another kill. And now Quacks is behind. Rocket. Half HP on the pack. They are well aware. In the meantime, Mafia did a fantastic job of cleaning up Black Swan on the front lines. Got Foxy and then just kind of rode out the collapse in Cafe, bunkered up nice and cozy. So 2 scouts and a medic will survive. The medic, of course, being the important one. Now they have full ad. And Quack's still behind. And yeah, these scouts know about it. So we'll see if he can get out. Or oh, they're double bombing, actually. Did Stinko see the other one?
Oh! No! They did.
Man.
I was so scared that this was just going to happen last time with Quacks already being behind. It was just, I mean, we saw it. They did the double bomb last time, and it was just Finn. But regardless, they are going to go ahead and try to take him. Yeah, they're just at this point trying to send it.
Oh, my! Oh, man. Damos is committed. Actually, Damos just checks Exile there. Will be dying, though.
These pipes are so good from both of these people, man. Damos and Ether, they got some wicked pipes. 30 seconds left until overtime, though. Oh my.
And
Oh
depending on
my
how
God.
fast Black Swans are here, maybe at, nah, this won't be at until last. Dinko's already at 60%. So, you know, bare minimum, we're probably looking at an even Ubers on last, or already at 80%. They have a sniper here. Maybe things are going to slow down on second. We do have Exile actually spawning on Spy, so it does look like they're playing this second stalemate. And this is a bit of a goofy Spy timing, honestly. Oh, wow, they just immediately send it. They try and actually, they build check and lose their demo for it. And this is such a deadly Spy timing, I gotta say.
Yeah,
Necro is
this
going back to
criminal.
last, though, so you have a random scout spawner on the way. Oh, Denko.
Oh,
Misses the stab. Pistols out. Does get the medic. It's a complete collapse in Valley. Foxy dies. Greg gets the kill. When all is said and done, it's actually numbers for Mafia. And Necro's healthy as well. As a scout, that's fantastic. Darty has to leave because of his health. And Mafia are able to get mid here. Now, whether they can hold mid against these spawners, we'll have to see. But they've got a lot of cap time at the very least. Yeah, good fight there from them.
All around damage, just as I say that, just as we're coming back in, even though they couldn't get the capture point from that, they're gonna go ahead and just play second. Now, Rumpus, what we are seeing too is that we are now officially in overtime. We just need Black Swan to get one, and they basically complete it out. But on the side of Mafia, they need to go ahead and reverse it to 4 rounds. A little 4-1, a little 4-up switch situation. But regardless of the same two, both teams are gonna go ahead and just play cozy. Play their Ubers out. Just as I said,
oh my
they're
God,
not
the
cozy.
headshot rocket.
Jay Humpay put Dinko to less than 30 HP. That was wild. Darty and Jay are going to go ahead and both lose their lives in attempts to try to get something done. But regardless of that, we are going to see some entryway. Nerfu making some space, actually going behind, trying to potentially do a pinch play of what they did themselves.
Yep.
Enter losing his life as well. Not what you want to see.
Nerfu's getting in now. Ubers get exchanged at this point. Nerfu's bomb kind of for naught as the Ubers got popped and might be going down, does get focused down. Ether is dead, however, so Soldier for Demo trade in the post you're still pretty happy with. Quack's trying to get out choke here. The refight, though, Exile and Fox are going to die here.
And at this point, Black Swan is just going to go ahead and send all of their agents, their active operators, to go ahead and engage in killing Dinko. But Dinko has proven that he can keep his life at bay and keep these people afraid, still living.
Oh my God.
It's the president. I have you. Dinko is keeping his life with 50% Uber ad. They have not capped mid yet. That is still one thing. Even though it seems like crazy ad.
But Jay! Almost an insane live, but yeah, that pick really helps them out here. I also want to point out earlier that on 2, that sack from Jay that just headshot rocketed Dinko, that would have 1,000,000% been a force if he had Uber, but he just
1,000%.
And yeah, they were able to take that fight on mid only because of that. But yeah, now with ad into 2, Foxy close to 70% here. So still plenty of leeway for Mafia to take this space. Jay is lurking in their dungeon, sacking him now. Gets a really nice rocket off, 2 really nice rockets off. A little bit more spam there, and Dinko probably has to force that. But Tweakers are going to even out. They have a pick into last. Darty is on heavy here, helping defend against that Greg sack. And counter sack pressure now from Black Swan.
Or B6 holding second, not what you want to see, especially.
Ooh, dying to sticks.
Deimos with the sticky kill.
Wait. Mafia are just in.
Wait a second.
Just milked the door. They're playing an exchange here. And relatively even exchange at that, honestly. Deimos doing a decent job of baiting, actually. Is it an overchase from Black Swan? Oh, with just the tiniest bit of flash left over. Just 2 rockets, Dinko. And now it's a collapse from Mafia. But look at Deadly Seed. Darty is on last on heavy. This is really the only threat you have to worry about. So we'll see if Deadly Seed can pull this off. But Darty looks well aware. Is Deadly Seed even going for? I think he waited too long. I think he couldn't have even capped to begin with.
He waited way too long.
Difficult situation there, obviously.
Man, if he had the normal revolver though, he could have taken that fight. Come on now. But regardless of such, Black Swan ad, what is it, probably about like 40% roughly? 40% ad trying to go, and you know, they are down one 5v6. They could go ahead and try to take it as soon as they get this Uber. Most likely what will happen though is they'll take this Uber, try to save it for last, so they won't even try to use it in the second. They'll just use this to get as much space, which, you know, we see Deadly Seed back up. The positioning from the Mafia also goes ahead and incites that. That's most likely what's going to happen. They don't have to try too much in terms of holding down the store. Nerfu does lose his life. Not what you want to see in a situation where they still have even the slightest bit of ad above you, but we don't use it. We're going ahead and just peeking doors, milking in from top right. Not what you want to see, but it's okay.
Necro is living, getting bowed. And I want to point out as well, that whole time, that disad second, Deadly Seed was on last setting up this gun. So this level 3 gun definitely makes things defensible. Denko, of course, getting Uber as they back up to last. So as long as you're not losing an early pick there, i.e. the fact that Necro is able to get bowed and live on heavy, means that it is a pretty comfy hold, you know, Nerfu spawning and good things. I don't know why they're trying to pressure out of their own last, though, when no one on Black Swans is dead. I guess Quacks was maybe a spawner or something. Well, works out. Deadly Seed just finds a pick in exile. Wait, Deadly Seed switched off of Engineer for that. So they really are trying to push out of last, but I'm not sure what advantage they're pushing off of, to be honest. As, okay, Deadly Seed does switch back and is reconstructing that gun. But that gives Black Swan an opening here. Ooh, in exile. On Spy again, and yet again, one of those times where a simple off-class check as Necro, exactly as I say that, doing just that. So now they know about this Spy, the sap and sack that got, maybe was it a drop or a force last time around? Oh, and Exile actually eating spam. I expect this Spy play to not work at all. I'm on Necro cam here on Pyro.
There's no way. There's no way.
Okay. Yup, just instant.
I'm about to say.
It
was looking scary for a second, Rumpus. I'm not going to hold you, bro.
No, yeah, I have full confidence. The 12 HP Spy that got checked against the Pyro, just spamming everything. That takes a miracle.
Hey, listen, you know, you've casted a lot of tier 2 games to know that miracles do happen.
True.
They do happen. And, you know, hitboxes in this game also just kind of are miracles themselves, too. I'll be real, but listen, Exile on Pudis. Oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah,
this is going to be good.
It usually indicates, you know, that Blue's trying to take an exchange and play that post-exchange heavy, and they do just that. But against the Pyro, actually gun does go down, but Uber gets held for a long time. Necro, though, so weak, doesn't get flashed. 2 kills in this Uber, and it does get traded out. Deadly Seed is on defensive heavy. Greg bombing into lobby, though. I don't know if that's the play, because that's just down a pick yet again. And now this aggressive heavy is posing a much bigger problem, just peppering down Deimos and Denko. Deimos doing a great job of containing these players in the doorway, spamming out that heavy. Spawners are here now for the red team, meaning it will be a hold. Minute 25 left. You definitely want to make sure that you're building pretty much as good as you can as Mafia, because you've been built check, twice already this match, and you would hate for there to be a third, you not having Uber and losing the match because of it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and I know we're getting real into it and it's really good and deep, but Exile's heavy not wearing any hats actually pisses me off so bad.
Yeah?
Wait, I don't.
Dies. Okay, gets traded out.
Oh, but this is I say that a little dance with the point. We are seeing Ubers being exchanged.
Yep.
It is going to be a little bit better for Black Swan, though.
Oh, look at this
heavy, this Uber heavy.
This is a buff heavy as well. This is such a problem for Mafia to deal with. Quacks bombing in as well. Good damage on point. Getting some cap time as well. Necro dying. Does get traded out. Okay, Ether dying helps so much. And Deadly Seed with the flank Pudis. Oh, man. This is... I want to point out as well that if either of these heavies were on Tomislav, their team just insta-loses that fight. Just noticing, just pointing out for the viewers at home. But yeah, just Jay alive. And Mafia with absolutely no ambitions of pushing out. 15 seconds left. They are happy to sit this nice Pudis on the point and just ride out for another mid-fight.
If Exile was wearing a hat, he would have won the heavy fight. That's all I'm saying. But, you know, we do see Black Swan immediately getting in, and the round does reset. We are going to a new mid, ladies and gentlemen.
Really, really tense fights on last. Like, Mafia are holding on by a hair. They do not want to let it go out like that. They have more to say. Wait, Foxy... Okay,
a
little bit scuffed here from the blue team.
Hello?
Which, you know, we'll see if that really makes a difference. I doubt it will. Exile actually unbuffed right now, showing up to mid. So slight health advantage off the gate from Mafia. Being said, looking like Mafia playing more left-sided. Actually not really committing through Valley. They're really trying to absorb the double bomb from Blue Soldiers. But so far, Black Swan's not getting baited into it quite yet. Here it comes now. Quacks bombing in onto Dinko. Gets the kill immediately, but on the other side of the map, Nerfu, fantastic bomb, gets the med and so much damage on the combo. Just gets cleaned up completely. Now it is a 2v3. Good damage on both of these scouts. They're very easy cleanup, but the scout, the class that would clean up, is dead. Can Greg do it? Greg gets one, so it's just Darty behind in a 2v1 against a demo and a soldier. And Darty not trying to play that mid fight, trying to kill some spawners rolling out. So Mafia may be able to get... Oh no, these players are vacating. They're looking for this scout. They do not want Darty to be behind. Understandable. I mean, if you get this pick, you probably get to push mid anyway, which they do just that. And we'll see them probably try and get through mid after trying to trap out choke. Mafia, yeah, just trying to push.
Just as we've seen that too, man. Yeah, it doesn't really look like anything. At this point, they're just trying to get through the door, which Nerfu goes ahead and makes... Ooh, good,
oh my
good
God.
space, man.
Okay, they trade out demos. The collapse is so good for Mafia. I gotta say, in like all these really, really scrappy fights, Mafia have done a really, really good job of just collecting more picks than the other team and just winning the post by like one extra player. That being said, Jay is behind, and okay, Mafia are well aware Necro is on height looking behind. I don't want to see, you know, a replica of what happened when Quacks was behind and then the double bomb distracted just well enough for Dinko to drop Uber this time. Actually, Jay going for a sync on the spawn. Probably going to pay for his crimes. Greg's going back to take the fight. So we do have some flank chase action behind. Greg does clean up that pick, and we'll see. It is ad for Mafia, so with a kill as well, should be an easy dry push into 2.
Jay has incredible DPI. Well, I need to know what this dude's DPI is, man. That flick was insane. But you know, just as we're seeing that too, though. Hold up, bro. Wait a second, bro. Just as I say that, a little bit 15 ad, nothing crazy. They're not gonna push that. Oh, I didn't. Also, Ether is on the half Satuichi, you know, demo building. You know, some slight. More demo need a demo build, you know. It's a demo player, you know how it go. But even Ubers for the side of both teams, it doesn't really look like we're seeing anything incredibly powerful, especially because we're seeing Quacks get the pick onto Deadly Seed, which is going to go ahead and force everybody else out of the lobby.
Could
no counter yet.
Maybe a sniper sack here. We did see Deadly Seed snipe pretty earlier on. Now, I like the Deadly Seed on Spy. Getting off class checked by Quacks this time around. I do like the kind of meta game around off class checking where you know, if you're Deadly Seed here, it makes sense to maybe, you know, spawn on your main class and just wait for a good 10-15 seconds until they're done off class checking and then switch to your off class. Stuff like that could be nice. But the Spy, that they knew about the whole time, just gets cleared and killed before even decloaking, I believe.
Just as we're saying that too, man. But regardless of it, same situation that we need to see though, Wild Run. If it's a Black Swan, or excuse me, if it comes down to the Mafia really wanting this, they're gonna have to think of other ways that we can go ahead and break this Exile time to the sticky traps and Shudder. It happens. Dispenser down.
Yeah.
Wait. That's how you know
double
it's
bomb
big.
top right, and not really getting too much value. Damage on these players, sure, but Quacks dies for it, and that's gonna open up an opportunity to peek the store. Interesting gun placement on the stairs rather than on top of the point. Not sure if it even matters, if it's really any different, but yeah, Deadly Seed dying on sniper. Oh wow, and they just use out of last. Using out of last is crazy. Yeah, Dinko dropping the demo here to get out with Uber. I do like that a lot, assuming that he can still hold this Uber. Yeah. Oh, Greg was behind, went for a play, died. 3 kills into mid, so now it's a little bit worse, that whole holding Uber to preserve ad. Less of a success here. They're taking it aggressively, chasing deep, getting Ether. Eyes are on Exile now. Ooh, they just get the demo, and Deadly Seed stays in as well.
Ooh, overextend.
And Dinko's caught now too. Oh, this is terrible for the Mafia. 3 up. They are trading out kills somewhat. Exile does die. And look at this, as I was talking about earlier. Mafia just find ways to just collect more picks. Now, the important kills, that being Foxy, are at the time being alive. Yeah, with Deimos getting cleaned up there. Confirmed alive. That's what matters the most for Black Swan, but honestly, decent salvage from Mafia. At least a little consolation, I guess.
It's you know, it's really incredible how we see. So it's insane to me how that a situation like that literally just it becomes so unfortunate
Yeah.
for the side of Mafia, especially because that Uber would have been a feast had there been any other players incorporated into it.
Bombing in as well.
Oh,
And like Ubers are really important to focus on, but honestly, post Ubers might be even more because they got a demo kill with the Uber. Like, there was still a playable situation, but they just overchased and it turned into a wipe. Oh my god!
My god!
Black Swan's really good about this double soldier aggression and getting a lot of value for it. And killing a demo and a soldier, it is even Ubers. So Deimos getting Uber here means that demo and soldier kill probably don't just straight up lose you the game. As we do have Greg dying, though, man, Mafia have not done very well about saving all their players in these exchange situations. They very regularly are losing a soldier here, a pyro there, and as we see now, down a soldier in this post fight. Oh my god, what a rocket from Nerfu. Killing Exile, Darty dying now. So, oh my god, the collapse though. Quacks and Jay, yet again, doing what they do. Getting basically everyone. It's just Deimos. We'll see if he can stave off.
Wait, but Greg!
Deimos and Greg.
Greg the Enforcer!
They're doing a good job of stalling. 5 seconds left for spawners. So as long as you can... Oh, no.
It is what it is, my boy!
Hard fought for sure. But at the end, you know, kind of as expected, as we mentioned earlier, Black Swans, I mean, you know, as we were talking about, 2 former Tech members on it. Jay, one of the most talented players to touch the game, honestly. On Soldier, no less. So definitely a very difficult team to match up against. But Mafia really showed that they had some fight. Yeah, they were winning team fights a lot of the time. You know, to some extent, Pyrrhic victories, but, you know, doing quite well. They were winning a lot of the mid fights as well. And I want to point out as well, Denko had some really nice plays there. A lot of really crazy lives, crazy surfs, and whatnot.
Oh man, I'm not gonna hold y'all. See, I saw some crazy work, and then I look at the logs, and then I definitely see some crazy work. I see some work. I see some work, and I tell you right now, the work is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people put in work from both sides. This was a crazy kill count game with only 10 kills less. The Mafia had 10 kills less than Black Swan. This was a crazy DM game, Rumpus. Oh my, it's kills all around. There's no one except one person. There's only one person below 20 kills. And I think that's Nerfu, right? Yeah, I think this is Nerfu. Yeah, there's only one person below 20 kills. Nerfu, all right, in turn combat wise, but even still, that's insane. Kill counts all around. Everybody got more than 20. Oh, this is crazy, man.
Yeah, so there's a couple stats here that stick out to me. I guess a third of Quacks getting healed by the other team's medic for 50 health on Spy. No, the big things here. So for starters, looking at the med kills, and every soldier is actually tied. That being the 2 roamers each have 5, and the 2 pockets each have 4. So the soldiers really doing good jobs there, cleaning up the meds. And I think, yeah, that's the vast majority of all the med kills. The other big thing is that Mafia won the vast majority of the mids, actually. Which is not surprising based off what we were seeing. Like, they were really, really good about getting kills onto Foxy with their bombs and usually riding out the post mid collapse, I suppose, you know, bunkering up in Cafe, doing a really good job of staving off all those threats, all those players trying to salvage.
The fact of it all, literally the fact of it all, that this was such a DM heavy. And I feel like when you see DM heavy games, especially in Invite, at least maybe recently, I feel like it's been one sided in some way, shape, or form. But to literally be the second week out, and from a team favorite to be Black Swan, but the kill count to still be high on both is something. Like Rumpus said too, you cannot doubt the Mafia when it comes to these mids. Scoreboard or not, 5-1 or not, they were dominating on a lot of these mids. Some of the synergy would be just as damn well as Black Swan. It was equal in most situations.
Yeah. Well, with that, I don't know if there's too much else. I mean, gonna be exciting to see where Black Swans go this season because, of course, they do have Jay ringing right now, and Jay is an extremely talented player. But it wasn't just like the Jay show.
No, no.
As long as they can replicate that double soldier aggression that was working out for them well with their regular player of Trip here, then still going to be a very strong team. And especially with G6 out of the picture, I mean, the question of the season is kind of that who's going to be scrambling for that grand final spot. Of course, taking for granted Grant Vincent being there.
That is yeah, that's true. Especially with some of the recent sad news recently that we heard. But regardless, it is what it is. And with that being said, Rumpus, you got any shout outs like that?
Shout out siyo on production as always, and shout outs to KJR.
Wait, true. Shout out to KJR. Shout out to Sia, my boy Jay. Shout out my grandpa. But with that being said, this is Fireside Cast. We're gonna go ahead and see you out of here. We see you next time, you feed. And go ahead and subscribe to the membership. Check out the Fireside membership, please.